Welcome back, everybody. Now, markets are a massive part of South African culture, but markets, or any sense of market culture, wouldn't be possible without the local passion that fuels them. Now, proudly South African, access to markets gives small business owners an opportunity to exhibit their products or services at any one of their respective markets in South Africa. To share more on this initiative, we're joined by MaKhumalo Ngidi, the Chief Marketing Officer at Proudly SA. Ngidi, a very good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Good morning, Cynthia, and to the viewers.
It's an absolute pleasure. Let's now talk about, access to markets. I know that so many SMEs and small entrepreneurs have been struggling with the barriers to markets. So how then do we navigate around this?
And so this is a critical point that you're making, that SMEs and small businesses struggle with their businesses in the main.
Yeah.
And there's other contributing factors, energy crisis, and so on and so forth. But so at Proudly South African, we believe that it's one thing for somebody to have a great product
Yes.
that is locally manufactured or a great IP, but if they don't have a market to sell that product to, it defeats the purpose, right? And that's where we come in as Proudly South African to make a difference that we all want to see as a people, and we identify access to market opportunities across all sectors that we work within, and to ensure that these businesses that are affiliated, by the way, with Proudly South African, because we are a member-based campaign, small businesses, entrepreneurs pay us a fee of 500 Rand per annum for a variety of access to market opportunities throughout the 12-month period. So yeah,
Okay.
that's the difference that we make as a campaign.
How does it work? So a company or a small business approaches you
Yes.
to find markets for them at a fee of $500.
Yeah, yes, and that and more. So they approach us, or we approach them. I mean, we're out on social media platforms, and if we see a fantastic local, lekker, cool-looking brand, we approach them and we say to them, join the movement. And these are the benefits that you would then derive, if and when you join the movement, because as you can imagine, but on the back of that, we're also approached by many companies around the country. But as you can imagine, we can't. We try to fix the country.
Yeah.
Somebody has
That's one
to
of your
try,
mandates, of course.
exactly. But we can't get around to everybody. So there's got to be a proper structure in place, and that is that companies join us, as a member, and then we then have an obligation to find those access to market opportunities for them.
Okay, do you, as Proudly SA, find those markets, or do you link the entrepreneurs with the potential, business?
It's a combination.
Okay.
Either of that works for us. We actively sit and we organize, market access opportunities that we think will benefit businesses. But if, other people out there come to us as Proudly South African, ask for an affiliation for a trade fair, for example,
Right.
or a fashion show, or a food and beverage market space, we engage those people with one intention: to see if there's a benefit that we could utilize and give as an opportunity to our members.
Right.
So it's twofold.
So what are the benefits of trading in a market?
Well, what the benefit, let's rather talk about the benefits of being affiliated with Proudly South African, is that firstly, you have carte blanche as a business to use the logo. You know, the logo with the tick of authority, Proudly SA logo, on your product or on your marketing collateral, where it could be your actual product, email signature, your marketing stuff. Over and above that, you have, depending what industry you're in. So you could be a person or a business that manufactures bespoke furniture locally. We will then go find a furniture trade fair.
Got you.
Like Decorex.
Yes.
And we will book what we call the Proudly SA Village, and we'll invite all of our members that make furniture, or some of them, to go showcase their product to that audience at Decorex.
Okay.
It could be, we've just had in the country 2 weeks ago a food and music festival in Kyalami. At that festival, we then booked this Proudly South African village, where we took 18 of our member companies that sell food and drink and festival kind of apparel, T-shirts and bucket hats and shorts and mats. In fact, we have a small business called Memuka Plastics where they sell carpet mats that festival goers bought at the stand and took to go use, at the area where the music was, that kind of situation. It could be any industry, but those are the examples of access to market opportunities that we create or we identify as proud at no extra cost to the entrepreneur. And the success
so it's just a
stories,
flat rate of 500 Rand?
500 Rand a year. And the success stories are amazing. I mean, at the Delicious Festival last week, these SMEs made a lot of money and, traded, which is fantastic. And that we met our objectives, but they also met their objectives as a
I mean, just looking at some of the images, these handbags, they truly tell a South African story. And one then... I mean, we know that they can be a hit and wherever they sell.
That's correct. And it's not an akashem kind of image, right?
Right, of course.
Yeah, because, products in South Africa, there's that myth that products that are locally manufactured are inferior.
Substandard,
These are great products. We can confidently...
And they're export material.
I was about to say, confidently take these to New York.
So what then makes a product proudly South African? And... how is it eligible for selection?
All right, so we've got four criteria that we look at. Firstly is local content.
Yes.
And we say 50% or more of the making of the actual product has to happen in South Africa. You have to demonstrate that in the course of making your product, South Africans were employed. We understand that there's raw material that you may have to bring, from outside of the country. That's fine. Second thing is quality. It's one thing for us to say local is lekker, but it's got to be great quality. Can't be from Hong Kong.
Of course.
The third is environmental standards. In the course of doing business, are you aware of the environment? Last but not least is labor laws. In the course of doing business, do you conform to the labor laws of the country? And if we tick all of those boxes, you can join the Proudly South African movement and benefit by association.
Wow, you guys are really fixing the country here. I love the work that you do.
We're fixing the country, but let's talk about quickly talk about the fashion.
Yes, sure.
So there's
Just briefly?
a campaign called the Local Fashion Police.
Okay.
So the police are there, the fashion police. So it's a consumer campaign where we're asking South Africans. We've had to find a relatable way to say to South Africans, you can look pretty cool wearing local manufactured clothing. And we're asking South Africans to take a picture of themselves looking like you do, or looking like I do, or looking comfortable, looking cool, because South Africans, we know that we like ukswenka. We like looking fantastic. And take a picture of yourself wearing local, take Proudly South African and take the shop from where you bought the product from. It can be a seamstress around the corner from you. It can be a retail store. It can be your aunt. Making something for you. Okay. Post that on social media. Stand a chance to win 20,000 Rand from any of our 4 local designers that we're working with.
Unfortunately, we're out of time, but thank you. So I know, right? I know there's so much to talk about.
Anyway, local fashion police, look out for it and be part of it.
All right. Yeah. All the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Great stuff. Well, Proudly SA continues its focus on creating access to market opportunities for small business owners. We just spoke to the Chief Marketing Officer, MaKhumalo Ngidi. All right, let's now take a look at